I'm Christine Meyer, and for my literature activity, I'm using the storytelling with string method. I chose this because I've always found it fascinating myself, and it's very simple to do, and the only prop you need is a piece of string. I chose this method because I feel it would be great for children, especially 4 to 8. However, string storytelling can be for all ages, just depends on the complexity of the characters and so on. So this method would be good for story time telling in a library or in a schoolroom. The children can watch the figures, and although they're not participating verbally, they are visually and mentally. So it does keep them engrossed, and hopefully, what they get out of it is storytelling can be done in many different ways, and it's always a lot of fun. Some effective techniques for doing string storytelling is to make sure you use a large enough piece of string that you are visible to all of your audience. Otherwise, the whole thing is wasted, as they're not going to understand what's going on. So let's see. The purpose of this is to start with a simple story, which would be geared to 4 to 8-year-olds, and it's about a little girl who loves to go to the park with her best friend. So we'll begin. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who was always very, very happy, especially when she could take her friend to the park. So one day they raced to the park, and the first thing they did was go on the teeter-totter, up and down, up and down, up and down. Then they decided to go to the slide. So they climbed up the ladder and zoomed down, climbed up the ladder, zoomed down, climbed up the ladder, zoomed down. Then they decided, let's go try the swings. So they went on the swings, and they went higher and higher and higher and then they ended up falling down. They started to cry, but then they remembered they were secret doctors. So they dug into their medical bags and took out their stethoscope and listened to each other's heartbeat. Well, their heartbeats were okay, so they didn't realize that they had broken their arms. So they decided to make a sling, and that's how they fixed their arms. Then they went home and they ate spaghetti, and they gobbled it all up. And that is the end, and they lived happily ever after. Okay, the next story is called The Mosquito. An old woman was weaving one day, and she heard a noise, and she wasn't quite sure what it was, so she ignored it. Then she continued her weaving, and the noise got a little louder, but she still wasn't bothered by it. And then the noise was so loud, it was right by her ear. So she decided that she was going to catch it. And here's the mosquito, buzz, 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 and then the old lady went clap, but it was gone. So this is the end of my presentation.